that, please, we should give those who haven't yet joined 3 minutes to be able to join. So we are going to be starting by 5 minutes past 6
Okay.
GMT plus 0. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So meanwhile, if anyone wants to introduce themselves, that would be great.
Yes, please, you all are required to introduce yourselves in the comment section. And I'm going to randomly pick 2 persons to present themselves. So I would like Jamil Dawar. Please, can you introduce yourself? Sidao, can you unmute his
Yes, yes,
mic,
yes.
please?
Sure.
Okay.
Zam
Jamil Dawar.
Yes, yes, yes.
Dawar, can you introduce yourself?
Jamil. Let me find him. Yeah, found it.
Okay.
Yes, Jamil. If you just
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Jamil. I'm based in the UK, but I run an NGO in Sierra Leone. I'm working with widows. We have over 1,000 widows, women we've registered, and we've seen a kind of link with what we are doing to actually helping those women, earn a living by turning plastic waste, which, based on the communities they live in, there's quite a lot of plastic waste around them. So we think this would be a good strategy to actually clean up the environment and make some money out of doing that. So that's the reason why I've actually joined this group.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jamil from Sierra Leone. It's actually a privilege to have you here at Waste Free 23, and I'm so excited when I hear someone joining us from Sierra Leone, because I have so many friends who are doing who are creating a lot of impact, and it's really nice having you. Welcome once more. So the
Thank you.
next person calling is Philip King. Hello, Philip King. Please, can you introduce yourself? Title, can you unmute his mic, please?
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Philip King, and I work with Better Life Trust from Malawi. So Better Life Trust is a local non-governmental organization which works with women and youth. So we try to find solutions to issues like unemployment, GBV, etc. So one of the issues that we encountered when doing our work was the issue of waste. We already found a solution to food waste, that is through the cultivation of black soldier flies. So currently we are implementing a project whereby we collect food waste and feed it to black soldier fly larvae so that they can at least find an alternative source of income. But then the issue of plastic waste, that we haven't tackled it much, so which is why I am here today, so that I can learn much on how we can turn plastic waste into opportunity. So I am glad to be here, and I'm hoping to network and learn much from this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Philip from Malawi. Saido, I know I initially said I was going to take just 2, but can you permit me to take 5 persons? So I'm going to be calling on Christina. Please, can you unmute her mic so she introduces herself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Christina Teppo, the president of Engineers Without Borders Luxembourg. We run engineering projects around the world, mostly focus on water and energy solution for schools. And the waste problem is present in a lot of places we are working on, and we would like to expand our activities to waste management. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christina. It's nice having you on board.
Yeah, glad to meet you.
Okay. David Omolo, can you introduce yourself, please? David Omolo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Saido, can you unmute his mic, please?
Okay, hi everyone. I'm David Omolo from Kenya. David Omolo is a member of Kamakwa, a community-based organization in Kisumu City, focused on environment conservation through waste management. We do collect plastic waste, food waste, and other waste. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. I saw, okay, Ambassador Princess Elizabeth Egbe. Oh, Bayangi, please can you introduce yourself? Saido, can you unmute Princess mic? Saido?
Yes, I have. I'm sure she's not responding to it.
Okay. It would have really been exciting to hear her because she's actually a Cameroonian like me. Okay. So, community development, please, can you introduce yourself?
Hello. Hello, are you hearing me now?
Yes, ma.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, ma, we can hear you.
Hello.
Please.
Oh, okay, my
Yeah.
name is Ambassador Princess. Hello? Okay, what do you want to do?
Ma, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Ambassador Comrade Princess Egbe from Nigeria. And I work with Global Care Rescue Mission, aka Operation Rescue. We are into humanitarian work, human rights, child rights, and also interested in waste to wealth creation as a way of a solution to plastic waste and climate change activities, because we are into climate change, environmental rights activism, and all that. So I'm happy that I was able to enter, because for long I've been trying to sign in. The network was very bad. I eventually got in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a
Hope
pleasure
you
to have
heard me.
you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Cameron Smith, please, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I will. I will unmute myself. Let me just add that I am from the Niger Delta, the oil-rich Niger Delta region, and we need this type of waste management more sincerely in those areas than ever, because of the level
Okay,
of pollution by oil exploration activities. Thank you very much.
thank you so much. Thank you, ma. Saido, can you unmute last person, Cameron Smith?
You're
Please, can you unmute last person, Cameron Smith?
Cameron Smith. I'm not seeing him.
On waste, I.O. Cameron Smith. I think it's the last name after Sonny B. Reke.
Can you pin him, please?
Cameron.
Yeah, found it.
Cameron.
Yeah, he's already unmuted.
Okay. Smith, can you present yourself, please? Okay. Okay. Um, Lewis Sikulu, please can you introduce yourself? Lewis.
Mute.
Title, please can you unmute
Hi,
your mic? Hi.
good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you so much. I'm Louis from Zambia. I'm a pharmacist, and as well as I own a company, GCC General Dealers, that deals in garbage collection and as well as wanting to measure into plastic waste. Yeah, I hope to learn much from this, and it's so nice to interact with people from different countries within Africa and also outside Africa. Thank you so much. I wish to learn more.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to everyone. Please, if you are unable to present yourself, we will be very grateful if you can tell us your name and your country in the comment section. So once more, greetings to you all, and I hope you all are doing well. My name is Jongo Sinzi. I'm from Cameroon, one small country located in Central West Africa. So you are welcome to another edition of another webinar session organized by Wait Free 2023, titled Turning Plastic Waste into Opportunity. And as we all know, the world is currently facing a plastic pollution crisis. But I want to assure you that there is hope. We shouldn't give up. We should keep on pushing. We should keep on beholding on to we are formed. So I would like to introduce our speaker for the day called Mr. Saidor Rama, who is from Bangladesh. And please, before he comes up, I would like to I would like to say that if you have a question in the course of this presentation, you can kindly drop it in the comment section. After his presentation, we are going to have a question and answer session. Yes, we are going to have a question and answer session. So you can either drop your question in the comment section, or you wait after his presentation and you kindly raise up your hand, and when you're picked, you ask your question. Thank you. Mr. Saido, back to you.
Hello, everyone. So this is my first meeting that I'm hosting and presenting. So let's get started. Okay, so in today's session, what we'll cover mostly is learn about plastics, what they are, how they are made, what are their impacts, and then we'll know how to efficiently sort them because we want to recycle them. And then we'll learn about recycling and how Waste 23 does it, and upcycling, which is a very important aspect. So let's get into it. So what are plastics? Plastics are basically materials that are synthesized from polymers. And they are first developed for their durability, and they were very cheap. So they were bought into, and we later found out that they are very lightweight and they were versatile. You can use them in anything, and they were very cheap. But they had some drawbacks. The major of them is that they were non-biodegradable, and this aspect contributed a lot to pollution and nowadays climate change and many other things. Now, why do we need to recycle and upcycle plastics? So basically, plastics are very contributing to pollution. So in order to reduce pollution, we need to recycle plastics, and we need to conserve our resources. So in the last slide, I said that plastics are made from polymers. So where do we get polymers from? They are basically made from natural resources like crude oil, natural gas, or biomass. So these are resources that our planet has in little amounts. So in order to conserve these resources, we need to reduce plastics, reduce its uses, and also to prevent plastics from harming our ecosystem and entering our food chain, which will harm our health. So another new term, new to some and new to old to many others, is upcycling. So let me define upcycling. Upcycling is basically transforming waste, like anything like bio waste or uh, glass or paper, anything into valuable products, like tiles, like chairs for students, like plastic panels, like pavers for people to walk on. Mm, so this is upcycle. And why do we need to upcycle? Because it says that we need to promote sustainable economies and create local jobs. And this can be done through upcycling. So it's very important to do. By upcycling, we can, at Westbury 23, we we tackle this plastic crisis with innovation. So our sort the plastics, sort it according to types. There are 7 types of plastics. So some, 2, 3 types of plastics has the same recycling process. Some has another process. So we need to sort for that. We'll get more into that later. Then we need to shred the plastics. It's a requirement for PVC and but it's good to do, but you can skip in some cases. Then we need to do the most important process, which is in upcycling, which is heat pressing. So heat pressing basically involves heat press basically involves a heat a heat press machine, which melts the plastic into a. It gives plastics a new life. So it melts the plastics and gets it a new shape, new form, and we give the form by the last step, which is molding. So we basically put the plastics here and we press it with this heat press and it gets melted, and it has and after we take it out, we give it a new form, a new shape. So the first step that I talked about is the sorting process. Now the sorting process is very crucial. If you have some time in your hand, you can do it. If you don't have any time on your hand, there are other ways that I'm going to introduce later. So in this, with this flame test, you can just take a small piece of the plastic sample and you can cut it. Then you can hold it with the tongues or tweezers and just light it with a lighter or a flame source. Then after you light it, you need to observe 3 things. One is that the flame color, then how the melted plastic is dripping, then the smoke and odor is emitting. So after looking at the 3 things, you can identify these 7 types of plastics. So let me introduce some of them. If the flame is blue with a yellow tip and it smells like candle, it's LDPE or HDPE. If it's giving a yellow flame with a smell of diesel, is polypropylene, PP, the 5th type of plastic. Then if it's a yellow flame with the blue-green edges and smells like hydrochloric acid, then it's PVC, the 3rd type of plastic. There are, as I said before, other types and techniques of sorting plastics, which are really, really easy, like water test. We will see that if it flows or it sinks. And also there are very easy way like visual and manual sorting, which involves previous experience of seeing this type of material and categorizing it according to that, into these 7 types. Okay, so now we have sorted our plastics. Now it's time to shred them. So why do we shred plastics? So first of all, it is done so that it's prepared for the melting process in the heat press and further processing like molding. It makes it easy, and also it's very important that it creates a better product. It facilitates uniformity. And in case of PVC, the third type of plastic, we need to shred it because we have a very important use for it, which is we mix it with concrete, and we can mix it only up to 15%. Any percent above that will make its mechanical strength less. So mix it up to 50% and we'll make it lighter, more durable, and cost effective. So that can be a revolution. More on that later. So now the most important process, which is upcycling with heat press. Now, what is a heat press? So we have seen the image, and it's basically a machine that with electricity or some heat source, it has 2 panels, metals with enough heat to melt the plastic. Plastics get melted at about 150 degrees Celsius. So that much hot, and if we press with it, the plastics get melted. And very important thing to notice is that in here, on this platform, we will put some parchment paper or wallpaper, or some calls it Teflon paper, Teflon sheets. So, and then between these Teflon sheets, we will put some plastics. So I believe the sharing went up. Sorry about that. So we'll put the plastics, shredded plastics, between the parchment papers. And what Dan, I know most of you know him, did here is that he took out the melted plastics and put it around a shape. He basically molded it. So after molding, what we will get is that we can see at the third image is that we have created a trash bin. It can be used for the local community, for selling, for making money. So we can create lots of products like I mentioned before, to sell, for using with just plastics which are harmful to our environment. So it's very important that we take this very seriously and take this waste management approach, except the ones we have right now. So if we are to do this, there are some safety measures to take. We have seen from a research paper that if we are melting plastics, we can get different kinds of fumes which are harmful to us. These papers can be founded in our technical research page, which I've put the link here, and I'll send all these links after in the announcement group. If you are not in the announcement group, please join. I'll send the link. I'll send all of these links that are related here in the group later. To get rid of the fumes, we can use ventilators like it is pictured in here. If we're doing it in a room, you please use ventilators, and always use a safety mask for not inhaling the fumes, and use safety gloves because the heat press will be hot. So we take safety measures very seriously here, and also the scientific methods. Okay, so if you do this and you create lots of products and any products, and we have created a platform in Westfield 23 that helps us list all of those materials, all of those products in our product page, and we are creating a market for the buyers and the sellers so that plastic upcycling can be enriched and it can be promoted. So if you if you have any upcycle products, please contact us and we'll list them here. Okay, so it's time for an open discussion. I believe we have 8 minutes. If you have any questions, please ask away.
Thank you very much, Saido, for that powerful and wonderful presentation. Please, if you have any questions to ask Saido, you can kindly put on, like, raise on your hand, so you're called and and your question is asked. Meanwhile, Community Develop Initiative asked a question in the comment section that what is the cause of such a venture?
Okay, so thank you for asking that question. We actually have a lot of research on this, and we are going to, we have a business model that lists all the cost, and the cost is basically of the heat press, and there's not much any cost to it. So the heat press costs about $200 to $300. Dan made it himself, so we can show you how to do it. We can send somebody to do it. Please, I think you are in the WhatsApp group, so send me a text or send Dan a text and we'll talk about it. Yeah. So the cost is basically $200 to $300 only. Okay, so Jamil Jawad,
Okay.
what is the mixing?
Yes, Saido, before you come up, I would just like to insist that they should send you after the webinar session, it'll be very good if you drop a message in the community forum, so anyone interested in building up the machine can get to you directly, and so you guide him on what or how to do it on the process.
Yes, sure, do that.
Yes, Jamil Jawal has a question. Please, can you unmute Jamil Jawal?
Yes, thank you very much for such an informative session. What I would like to find out, because I have some form of understanding of the process, obviously, of sorting out and taking this to the heat press. But what I'm interested in is obviously converting it to the actual products that will be sold on the market. Do we have to create our own molds? Is that something that you'll be teaching us how to create our own molds if we want to do completely different items?
Yes, thank you for the question. The molding process is not that critical or tough. So if you want, we can just show you that. It's easy. Okay, Christina, can you just ask your question?
Yeah, thank you very much for presentation. When I saw this test by flame, I think it's very important to emphasize that some plastics can emit some fumes, so it's need to be protected. The workers have to be protected. And then my following question: how do you ensure that the workers follow the safety instructions? So even in Europe, we have issues when the workers take the masks off. And how do you deal with it in Africa, for example?
Yes. So all the time that our representatives talk about recycling or upcycling, it is always mentioned the safety procedures to use a glove and the goggles and a mask. So that is always ensured. And if someone is doing it, someone from our uh, organization, then he or she is fully equipped or supported with this safety precautions. If
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, about the lighting the doing the flame test, I think yes, it has it creates the fume, and I've already mentioned it there that safety precautions are a must. So yeah.
And with this heat press, like how scalable this system is. So like if you have community of 100,000 people, how many heat press do you install, and what is the production rate for the heat press?
Yeah, about the production rate, you can create about 50 chairs a day with it. If you have a 24-inch by 36-inch by 12-inch heat press, you can create about 50 chairs a day with just two workers. Recent video is uploaded recently that says that, ensures that. So please visit westbridge23.org and go into the end of it, and you can find the YouTube link, and I'll send the YouTube link. I have just sent the YouTube link to the announcement group, so you can find it from there.
Okay, thank you. And the third quick question. So, and what kind of plastics do you recycle using heat press? And because different kind of plastic will have different temperature, and how do you
Yes.
have like already definition of it, or and also the thickness of like for melting? Do you is it already defined, or it's need to be still considered?
Yes, of course it is defined. And as I mentioned, that 150 degrees Celsius is about the adequate temperature that the plastics melts at. Sometimes it doesn't.
What kind of plastic? Sorry. I was speaking about LDPE or soft plastics, or?
Yeah, soft plastics and PP and LDPE are the main range of plastics that we use in the heat press to melt, and they melt about 150 degrees Celsius, and then ensures that what temperatures, he takes care of this technical aspects. So it is always mentioned what temperature it will melt at, and with the heat press comes temperature taking a thermometer which records the temperature. So it is always ensured.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. I think there's 1 minute left, and of course, someone has some questions, and if this meeting goes off, please go into the link again, and we'll come back again. Yes, Saida, please speak, ask your question.
We are talking about the waste disposal of plastic waste or waste management, but what about the toxin released from the flame, or whenever we recycle plastic through heat press, then what about the toxins released from the air?
Yes. About that, the some fumes are released which are not as much and as compared to the waste that is the fumes that are being released when we are trying to make
Hello,
yeah, we
can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me? Yeah, so I'm a student from civil engineering background. So you have proposed about some construction materials that's infused with plastic, such as concrete that's infused with plastic.
Yeah. Mr. Sipat, we can hear you. Hello. Okay, I think there's some network issues. I'll get on to that question.
Hello.
Hello. I was my
Okay, I
network.
think there is a network issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had
So
some.
I'm going to repeat my question again.
Yes, please,
Uh,
please.
so my question is, I know how to infuse plastic with concrete or other construction materials, but what is the precise mixing ratio here? Because
Yes.
you have shown some examples about the concrete that's infused with some kind of plastic, but I want to know what is the main or exact mixing ratio and what purpose can it serve, because we know concrete can serve like RCC, or like it can be used as a load bearing or some kind of structure. So what purpose can it serve? So these are my questions.
Okay, thank you. So your question is
Thank you.
basically what percent of plastics to mix and
Yeah,
what are
what
the
is the mixing
purposes?
ratio?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there are actually more than one research papers on it that shows that you can mix about up to 15%, and up to 15% the concrete retains its properties, its strength.
So do you think it's more like it can works as a coarse aggregate, like stone chips or big chips? It
No,
can
no,
be the
no.
replacement for it.
No, no. That's where the purpose comes in, which you just talked about. So the purpose of this is that it makes the concrete cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it
I think if we are using stone chips and brick chips with the infused plastic, uh, so it's not lacing the money. It's always additional, the adding the money
uh,
again and again,
I'm not
because we are.
sure. Yeah. Yes, hello.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, the thing is that I'm not sure about what chips you are talking about, and what we're doing with the PVC plastic here is that the PVC plastics comes with almost no cost. Because we're recycling it, right? We've just collected it. Now we have
Yeah.
shredded it and we're putting it in place of as a replacement of concrete, right? As a replacement of
Replacement of
concrete.
concrete.
Yes, yes, as a replacement of concrete. So we don't need to, we're not going to use 15%, we're going to use 7% or 8% or something, because that's, you can see in the paper that is in our technical research page, that if you use 8% of PVC plastics, then it it gives us the best ratio, the best strength. So yeah, that's the thing, that we're actually making it cheaper, because we're not using the 7 or 8% concrete, and we are mixing it with very cheap PVC plastics which are shredded. So it makes it
Oh.
cheaper, and it makes it more lightweight, and it makes the mechanical strengths even better. So
Is it compatible for structural
yeah,
purposes?
yes, that's a very good question. So it depends on where you're putting this concrete in. If you're putting the concrete in a road, then mix it up to 15%, even 16% or 20%. Because as we know that the streets need compressive strength, right? So
Yes.
so if we are using there, it's not a big deal. But if we are using on like a 5-story building or 10-story building, then of course engineer sort of like yourself needs to be
Yeah.
concerned with it, right? So with the PVC plastics, we can upcycle it greatly when we are creating like roads, like pavers. So have I answered your question?
Yeah, I have worked with such type of plastic like LDPE, like polypropylene, and more like polyethylene terephthalate. And the thing is, I mixed it with road construction material known as bitumen
Yeah.
for such kind of taste, and it's totally worth it. And I have experienced such kind of research I have done. So I am looking forward to work on this matter
Okay.
in my future.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for speaking. Thank you for joining.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Christina, I believe you have some questions. Let's discuss.
Yeah. So it's thank you again. It's already Sifa's touched a little bit my question actually. So, what are you proposing to do with like plastic bottles, PET, and the top like high density plastics? So I
Yes,
suppose
yes.
the heat press it's only for soft plastics.
Yes.
And what do you do with bottles which really highly present in
Yeah.
Africa?
So in case of PET and HDPE, what we do is that we sell that back to the factory. We can do some things with it, like repurpose it, like we do in case of glass. But if we have that in a great amount, what we need to do is that we need to collect them all, sort them all, and that's why sorting process is that much, emphasized. So that's why we need to sort it well and need to sell it to the factory.
Okay, thank you.
So you have asked a very important question. So if I'm to list this, that so three types of plastics: soft plastics, PP and LDP are going to the heat press, HDP and PET going to the factory, PVC is going to the concrete, and like I just discussed with Sifat. So that's basically it.
And the second one, so have you considered this technology like using like for tiles where you mix plastic with sand and then heat it and plastic play a role instead of concrete, just like it's melt with the sand?
Okay.
Have you considered this kind of technology for
No, I
like
don't
as a
think we have,
recycling of
because we have actually searched into and have technically researched into so many stuff, but we have actually done tested very few of them. Like we have tested BSFL biochar, alcohol fermentation, plastic recycling, but there are lots of other things to do. So it's great that you have mentioned it, and we'll of course look into it. Currently, we are going to look in the next week in eWaste. So after that, we'll look into it using plastics, PVC instead of concrete, 100%. You're talking about that, right?
Okay, thank you very much. And so just more comment. I know that we are running out of time. So we are working with a school in Kenya and also in community in Cameroon for plastic, for like waste recycling. So if somebody working there, so it would be great also to connect. In Kenya, if you don't have like in project scope for creation of any plastic recycling facility or like organic waste recycling. So if somebody like have some contacts, it's in Taita Taveta region in Kenya, and in Cameroon it's Mayobanyo. That's like big community for a complete recycling system. So yeah, please contact me. Yeah, and thank you very much for this. It was very useful. Yeah, thank you.
Good to have you here. Thank you. Okay, Cindy, are you there?
Hello, Saido. Yeah, I'm there. Thank you. Please, I have a question to ask. Someone asked the question about gases. If gases are not released, during the whole plastic
Yes.
transformation process, and you said some fumes are released, but in a very small quantity. So I want to ask that. I want to ask a question on the smoke or the pollution caused by the plastics, doesn't it disturb you? Doesn't it create something in your mind about looking on a way on how to prevent the release of these gases? Like, for example, I'm sorry to shift you a little bit from plastics, but in livestock production, right? I know scientists are currently looking on a way to have zero gas emission from livestock. Is it possible we have zero gas emission during this plastic recycling?
Okay, that's a great question. So what actually happens during melting is that we have a lot of polymers are made from monomers. So the monomers have different kinds of materials in it that if we have to go up to that 150 degrees Celsius temperature, there will be some materials that are melted, even gasified. So will get the gases from that. Now, that's how plastics are made. So we can't do anything about that. But the catch here is that the gases or toxins, Mr. Juna had just mentioned in the chat box about the toxic released after the recycling process and other process of plastic polymers. Yeah, so I'm mentioning that too here is that some plastics will emit some gases and some won't. And which the plastics that emit some gases aren't that much in amount. So if you burn the plastics, which are common practices in third world countries, uh, instead of burning, if we melt it, and the toxins or fumes released from it are very less in amount uh, compared to the plastics that are burnt. So very less. It's about like 1 grams in weight compared to if we burn there's 1,000 kilograms. So yes, fumes are released, but in very, very, very small amount. But if we are close to the heat press, so it can enter our nose. So be sure to take safety precautions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Well, I'll just like to bring up this suggestion that we can start working on how to, create maybe can I say an instrument or a machine that will help to trap these gases. In as much as we say that these gases are in a very small quantity, there is a very high probability that these gases actually cause damage to our planet. They actually contribute. It's just like you know it's just like you carrying dirt and throwing in like in an agricultural landfill, and you're like, well, it's actually small, it can't do anything. The truth is, the more you keep throwing, the more you keep releasing this dirt, the more it keeps accumulating, and there will become a time where you're just gonna discover that the whole place has been occupied or consumed by death, or the whole atmosphere, or this whole stuff of climate change keeps on increasing, because while trying to solve a problem we are actually creating. So we should look on the aspect of trying to solve a problem and not creating another problem. Thank you.
You have greatly summarized it. Thank you. So do we have any other questions? I think many who had questions left when it went out, didn't come back. So we have lost some questions. Okay, yes, the presentation will be shared in the WhatsApp community group. If you are not in the WhatsApp community group, I'm sending the link right now.
Okay, while Sido is sending the link to the comment section, I would just like to say thank you all for joining us today on this powerful webinar session. on turning plastic waste into opportunity. And we just want to let you know that this turning plastic into waste opportunity is actually in series. So this is not the first and the last, but there are more sessions we are going to be having on this particular topic on plastic recycling. So as we close this webinar, I just want each and every one of us, if you've not been, if you've not been really engaged into plastic recycling, I just want you to take a pledge today that you're going to start working very hard to save our planet, for a better future. And let's work together to reduce this plastic waste, increase recycling rates, maybe by organizing workshops, by creating awareness, and creating training sessions. And thank you again, Saido, for this wonderful webinar. It was really amazing, and your expertise I really loved it. I have had a little bit of knowledge on plastic, but it wasn't really, really, really like what I heard today from you. Thank you so much. And please follow us on our Facebook page, Waste Free 23, and also on our LinkedIn page. The links are going to be shared to the general WhatsApp group, and we are going to keep you all posted on more resources, more news, more updates on plastic recycling in the incoming weeks. So thank you very much and stay sustainable.
Okay, to finish, I have sent the WhatsApp group link. If you are not on the group, please join. I have also sent the Facebook group link, which is really important for us to stay connected in. So Marcus Baraka Kyle has just sent a text and said that, can you please unmute so you can speak?
Saido, I think you have to unmute him.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Thank you, Joran.
Baraka Kaile Marcus, please can you unmute yourself?
Okay, he has lowered his hand. Okay, so what he has said is that he just presented what he does, and it actually completely aligns with what West 23 inspires. Is that he does his company does recycling plastic waste, especially plastic bottles, and transforming them into useful items such as a beautiful flower chair, house decoration, and sell and earn money. So that is really great. We appreciate you for that, and I think we should collaborate on this so that we can grow together, and maybe we'll feature you on our products page, and we'll of course while working we'll face some obstacles, so we'll solve that together. How does that sound? Yes, he has.
Hello.
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 Yes, hello.
Yeah, I'm Marcus. I already heard what you read about my message. That is
Yes.
what we do. We do recycle plastic waste, especially plastic bottles, and we transform them into useful items. And what we consider for now is plastic flowers. So we always transform those recycled plastic waste into flowers, and we train people how to do so. And after transforming them, we sell them to the community. That's what we do.
Okay, so that's great.
Yeah,
That's
that's
exactly
nice.
we need more initiatives, more companies like yourself to do what
Yeah.
we are trying to inspire people to do. So please continue and connect with us so we can grow together. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Okay, if we don't have any further questions, let's conclude the meeting, I guess.
Yeah, we'd like to know if you can provide us some material that will help us to recycle those plastic waste so that we can have the capacity of recycling more than what we are always recycle.
We would love to help you. That's the first thing that we'd like to help you, but I'm not sure if we have the capacity to provide you materials. We have provided before, and I'll have to check with the finance to see if we can help with that. So please connect with me. I'll provide my WhatsApp number here. I continuously provide messages to the announcement group, so you can get my WhatsApp from there, and please connect with me directly, text me, so we can start the end the conversation we just started here.
Yeah, I want to know if you have already sent your WhatsApp number to me or you not yet, because if you can see
Yes,
me,
yes,
I'm
yes.
there, and even my
I just did.
email. Yeah, I see. Thank you. Yeah, I already seen your number.
Do we have any other questions?
Okay, I would like to know if we can have another support apart from what we expect to have. I don't know what you have planned to us as people that always do recycling. I don't know. I want you to clarify that.
I'm not sure about the question you just asked. Cindy, did you get it?
I was asking
Yeah.
if you have something that you have already planned to us as people that do recycling. I don't know if you have planned support that you will provide to us. That's the question.
Yes, we
Have you
have.
heard?
Yeah. I got your question. We have actually provided
Right.
this, what we are planning to support you with to others, and some have failed, some had come as a success, some has, still carrying on, and that's what we want to do. We want to never give up, because we want to. So the planning and the helping material we have for you is that mostly informative. Uh, and where are you based on actually?
We are in Kenya,
Okay,
and
so we
precisely in
have,
the car.
like Christina asked some time before, is that do we have someone in Kenya? Yes, we had,
Yeah, the
and
one.
we still do. So what we can do for you is that
Yeah.
some of the people that we are working with, some of the communities, their leaders, the experts can go to your community, your place, and show you how to do it if you aren't that much able to do it. So that's what
Yeah.
we have really planned.
Okay, it's fine. So it's about a connection or what?
Yes, it's about the connection, it's about the collaboration, it's about the
Yeah.
taking the initiative, inspiring each other, building a
Thank
community,
you.
even if it's online. We don't have any headquarters, so it's all online. So that's why we are going through a webinar.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, great. So hello there.
Yeah. Now I have your number, your some number, and we will talk more about that.
Yes.
Yeah. Any question to me, if is important, I can even ask.
Yes,
I can even.
there are some questions to ask you, but I don't think that's the content of this webinar. Amber Princess, you have raised your hand. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Yeah, it's fine. I want to unmute my microphone so that I
Yes,
can hear about the others.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you too.
Okay, if we don't have any further questions, let's conclude the meeting. And I think I have provided. Okay, so thank you. See you all next time. The things that Cindy said, that we have a meeting next week, the same time. So please be there, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you too, sir.